Right there we have 6 whole chickens and a couple of frozen leg quarters. The chickens themselves are thawed. We have my German Shepherd Lobo. From left to right we have my F1 Lycan Shepherd Ulu, Renaissance Bulldog Magi. That's Kurgan on the far left. In the back there, those two are K-Bar, and with the green collar is Pico. They're both 10-month-old F2 Lycan Shepherds. This is going to be a pack feeding video, a pack bong as I like to call them. I use these to help develop and maintain a healthy pack dynamic, healthy pack hierarchy with my dogs. And I'll explain more of that in just a minute. I'm going to distribute this around the yard and then we'll get the video going. For those who will ask, why is Lobo out while the other ones are in the kennel right now? Well, he's the oldest dog. In just a matter of a week or so, he's going to turn 6. And age has its privileges here, so he gets to be out before them. Again, I'm going to distribute this and get back to you. Alright, as you can see, we've got those, excuse me, I inhaled an ant. We've got those chickens spread around the yard, distributed. Lobo's up there chewing his piece because, again, age has its privileges. Regarding the other dogs, they're merely in the kennel so I can shoot the beginning of this video. They do all live in the house. I've got plenty of videos showing that if you want to see that. Alright, let's commence. Stop. Stop. Now, there's enough for everybody to have a whole chicken. And then there's a couple of leg quarter extras in there. This is not what a standard meal looks like for my dogs. This again is a pack feeding exercise. I use these to develop and maintain a healthy pack hierarchy with the dogs. I find this creates a cohesive pack and prevents fights. It also gives the dogs a good course on canine communication, which I find translates over later on to how they act and interact with other dogs off leash on our hikes. And I have plenty of videos on the channel showing that, several hundred in fact. Right here you have Magi, my Renaissance Bulldog. You can see she's a ripped piece of solid muscle. I always get some chucklehead in the comment who will say she's too skinny. No, that's what a well-conditioned athlete looks like. She gets tons of exercise and tons of food. As I say in all my videos, I like to pet and handle my dogs when they're eating. Prevents things like food aggression. Over here we got one of my 10-month-old Lycan Shepherds, K-Bar. He's the smart one. He knows if he goes in the house here, the other ones can't take his food. Over here we got my Blue Bay Shepherd Kurgan and Mr. Puko. Or I'm sorry, that's Ulu. Couldn't see the collar there for a second. Puko's, actually Puko was the one in the house there I just pet. K-Bar's over there, and Ulu's here. It's sometimes hard to tell them apart when they're all black and in a doghouse and you can only see a face. Again, I like to pet and handle my dogs when they're eating. Again, I find these pack feedings help develop and maintain a healthy pack hierarchy. I'm able to have a yard with 4 unneutered males, and or should I say intact males, and 2 females that are also intact and have no issues, all feeding on a high value raw food like these whole chicken carcasses. Over here we got Mr. K-Bar with the Stars and Stripes. Looks like he's amassed 2 of them there. Boy. You can see they're all very comfortable with me handling them while they're eating, because I've really worked to desensitize them to human touch since they were little puppies while feeding. Thank you. He just gave me a thank you kiss for the food. Over here we got the patriarchy of the pack. Patriarch, Lobo. He was at one time the pack alpha, but Kurgan later assumed that role. Magi there, she polished off that whole chicken carcass already. Jeez. She's looking for something else. I don't think she noticed that K-Bar has too. For those who'll say, you know, hey, I thought chicken bones were dangerous for dogs. Well, that's only raw chicken bones that are safe. It's cooked bones that are dangerous. You don't ever want to give your dog cooked bones. But raw bones are readily digestible for them, and are what they're designed to eat. When you cook the bone, it changes the consistency of the bone. It makes it indigestible and prone to both perforations and obstructions of the bowel. Raw bones don't do that. They're, for the most part, generally pretty soft and pliable and easily to be digested. Looks like Ulu just took the extra chicken carcass that Lobo had. He's still got the piece he's chewing on over there. The Magi's like, hey, what the hell? Why didn't I see that? If you'd like to learn more about the raw diet or anything that I'm telling you here, I've left plenty of links in the video description, including links to a couple of books by Dr. Ian Billinghurst. Basically any books by Dr. Ian Billinghurst on the barf diet I recommend. K-Bar's still blowing his coat a little bit. I haven't got it all brushed out yet. Lobo's done with his. What's up, buddy? Everybody wants to come over and say thanks after they're done eating. No more kisses. You're keeping me from getting a close-up, Magi. Go. Now, don't feel sorry for any dogs that don't get as much food as others. This isn't their only meal today. Those that get less food than some of the others will get some food later on today. The other dogs will also get some organ meat and a little bit of something for fiber, probably some bell peppers. I don't include those in these pack feedings because if I put a bunch of liver out, one of the dogs will run around and scarf it all down, and not everybody will get it. And Kurgan hates liver, so I usually have to mix it up with some ground meat to get him to eat it. Go figure, huh? But dogs are like people. They have individual tastes and preferences. And, well, some of my dogs absolutely love liver. Kurgan despises it. That's Kurgan in the forefront and Ulu in the background. She's got just a little bit of her coat left to blow out. I give them about a good 10-15 minute brushing a day. Go on, midget. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to step on you, sweetie. One thing you do want to make sure if you're feeding your dogs raw bones, just growling at Hugo there. One thing you do want to make sure if you're feeding your dogs raw bones is that they're chewing them up adequately. Chewing is the first stage of digestion. It is a problem that kibble-fed dogs have, is that they haven't learned to properly chew their food, and they often will gulp down raw food before it's been chewed up adequately, which will then cause them to vomit it back up, or can even cause loose stools or other digestive problems. You can see my dogs spend a lot of time really chewing through and crunching this bone up before swallowing it, and that's as intended. Comes over to say thank you when she's done. Well, it looks like the only one with food left is K-Bar. He's working on this second chicken carcass. Let's watch what happens. Now, usually what the other dogs will start to do is they'll start to play and try to distract him. And if one of the dogs can get him to like kind of charge at him to distract him, another dog will move in and steal the piece of food from him. Again, you can see they're starting to play over there now that everybody's had a little bit of food. They're feeling happy. Well, that's just playing. Somebody will try to say, well, Lobo's mounting him and he must be the dominant dog, but no, that's just how dogs within the pack play. There's a lot of mock fighting and jousting and displays of dominance. It's all healthy pack communication. You see Lobo's feeling a little feisty right now. These two are the best of friends. When the channel started out, Lobo was about 12 months old, and then once he got to be about a year and a half, I got Kurgan, and so Lobo's pretty much raised Kurgan. I've never had a fight between those two dogs. Kurgan just kind of slowly assumed the role of pack leader. It started with overfood and then gradually progressed to other areas. But again, there's never been a conflict between them. Boy. Ouch. That hurt. You conked your head on my phone. Kurgan thinks he's a cat sometimes rubbing up against me. Goes looking for scraps over here underneath the grates. There's Ulu rolling around playing. This huge building here, by the way, is my heated garage. I've got a huge garage. The people who lived here before me ran a tow truck service out of here. So, it's a pretty big man cave. Ulu there trying to get some attention. Yeah, let's see what happens. Again, you can see, you know, I've got 4 unneutered males and 2 females that are fully intact and absolutely no issues. And I chalk that up to doing these pack feedings once or twice a week. Just allows them to act and communicate as dogs, and allows them to handle some of their differences between them in the way that they should. You know, it's often when we step in to these natural canine communications that we frustrate them from reaching a resolution, and those tensions fester and later escalate into fights that could be avoided. That's just my experience, though. I'm just some guy on YouTube, though. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. As I often say, I was an animal warden for 2 decades. I've owned, bred, and raised dogs for over 3 decades. I do have lots of experience. They basically have filled my life, both professionally and in my personal life. But, you know, I don't claim to be an authority. This is just my way of doing things, and you can listen to what I say. You can look at some of the resources I provided as far as links in the video description, and decide for yourself if any of this has any merit. Again, I do have hundreds of videos, though, of as soon as I crouch down, everybody comes over. I do have hundreds of videos, though, of my dogs in high stress situations around other dogs, and it shows how they do handle these situations in a healthy, constructive manner without them escalating into fights. I do, though, as an animal warden, have lots and lots of experience breaking up fights. As far as on the job, there is a technique that will allow you to separate any fighting dogs in a matter of seconds. Works much better than a break stick. I can show you that real quick if you want. I always have collars on my dog. You see this collar here on Kurgan, and I keep flexible collars on them. If a dog locks on and bites onto another dog, all you have to do is lift their front legs off the ground, keep the collar up high underneath the neck. I'm not going to do it to him because I don't want to hurt him. And then you just twist the collar hard and you lift up, and it creates a blood choke. It cuts off the blood going to the brain, much like you see in the UFC or in wrestling, and the dog will pass out in just a matter of seconds. It works wonderfully. You do have to be careful doing it, and I'm not advocating somebody who hasn't been trained attempt it, but I am showing you what you can do in an emergency situation. If you ever have a dog locked onto your dog, that dog will pass out and let go of your dog again in seconds. Much more effective than a break stick or punching or kicking the dog. Don't hold it too long though, or you can kill the dog, because again, you are cutting off the blood to the brain. It's not restricting their airway. It's a blood choke. Got Lobo hamstringing him. Boy. Still got K-Bar happily munching over here.
All right.
Everybody likes to play after they eat. Anyway, keep trying to distract him. Puko might even try to rush in and grab that piece and stretch it. Within a healthy pack, dogs usually won't just rush in and steal food from a lesser member. Now, if that lesser member leaves it unattended for a second, they'll snatch it up. But, you know, even though they could, you know, you're not going to see Kurgan or Puko try to rush in and muscle that away from them. Puko, beautiful. Look at when he sticks those that big mane up around his neck. Look out, Ulu. I'm trying to film. Ulu's trying to get some love. Jesus. All right, fine. Belly rub. No, that's enough. Get a quick run over and see if there's any crumbs left. Well, I hope you enjoyed this short little window into our day, our pack feeding for the week. Again, this was not the only food that these guys are going to receive. The ones that got less food than the others will get more. Everybody will get some organ meat and probably some bell peppers for fiber. Bell peppers are super, super healthy for your dogs. The red ones are the healthiest, with orange, yellow, and then green being next, but all of them are healthy. Well, I got everybody getting ready to go to the bathroom now after having a good meal, so we'll let this end here. Again, like, subscribe, and share. Hit that notification bell down below. You get email notifications when my new videos come out. That's all. Bye. By the way, people always wonder, you know, if your dog eats raw food, does it go to the bathroom a lot? No, you can see they're small, well-formed stools. They actually go to the bathroom quite a bit less, and it's a lot easier to clean up compared to dogs that eat kibble and canned food. The reason for that is raw food is much more digestible. It's more nutritious and more digestible, and so a lot more of it gets utilized and less is passing out as waste. Where a lot of these commercial foods are full of grains and that, which really have no nutritional value for your dog. They're just needless fillers they put in there. Basically, they rip you off, and all those fillers just pass out through your dog, and you're picking them up in your yard. So, something to think about. I have a whole bunch of videos regarding what a standard raw meal looks like in my raw food playlist. I also have a couple videos showing me buying raw food, showing that you can actually feed your dog on a raw diet for cheaper than kibble if you do it intelligently. And again, for those who are interested in those things, just take a look at my raw food playlist. It'll be in the description. Again, bye from the group. See ya.